Hey everybody!
Hey everybody, Naj and Jay here, and we are sitting next to our dear friend Lize, who has an exhibition opening up on November 3rd. Tell us what it's called, my dear.
It's called Liberation.
I love it. Okay, she living in her freedom. Okay, she about to show us all the things. Are you excited?
Yes, I am.
Now, why is it called Liberation?
Well, it kind of plays into the chapter of our lives we've been entering, the soft girl era. So when we did the video shoot and we wrote the words on the card, that was the word I wrote. And so, I was in talks with other artists, and the more I talked, the more it just came to me like, this makes the most sense based on what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, liberation,
So the thing about Lize, Erica, is that she is very reserved. She's very quiet and shy. And I think it's beautiful that you are starting this next chapter of your life with your work being called Liberation. Can you kind of dive into that, why you named it that, and why it means so much to you?
Yes. I think the biggest thing for me is, I don't know, I entered the year with a new mindset. Like, instead of asking myself, why should I do it? I asked, why not? So I started delving into that, just doing a lot of things, putting my mind, heart, and soul on the line, whatever the outcome may be. And
Is there a fundamental question of like, why not liberate myself? You know what
yeah,
I'm
it's
saying?
just, I guess it's more like, oh, I don't want to do it because this, that, and the third. And so then it became, well, you can figure all that out later. Like,
Just
instead of creating mental obstacles for myself to like that don't even exist, why not just do it and see what happens? And in that way, you can maneuver and finagle even better. Once it's like I'm in practice too, So that was the biggest thing for me, and also just kind of looking back, because I've been in a very like low depressed state, I ain't gonna lie, like for a while. And
this is kind of
Do you find that going through the process of creating art under this idea of liberation, that it helps with that?
I think so.
How so?
I'm allowing myself to see what that looks like for me, like, because we create so many like fears and things that don't exist. Why can't I picture what liberation actually looks like, and why can't I make it happen? So it's very important in that aspect. And a lot of traumas and fears, as you get older, you start to realize what's been affecting you and how it's been affecting you. So I'm just like, how can I fix this, or how can I handle this better? Like your triggers and things of that nature.
So these pieces are going to give us kind of insight on different traumas and different pains or different happinesses and.
Well, yeah, it's more. Well, it's rooted in. It's more of like rooted in my inner child healing. So you won't necessarily see the dark stuff, but you'll see me coming out of it, like in meeting myself.
So we seeing the butterfly.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yes.
So you told me off camera that about 3 pieces. Can you give us a description of each one?
Let's see. So one of them, I think it's just free. It goes back to where I started, because although I am from, I say I'm from Maryland, but I was born in Virginia.
Okay.
And I spent like the first 8 years of my life there before I moved to Maryland. And that's where it all started. Most of my family still lived there. My grandmother still lived there. I was raised by my parents and grandparents. So I kind of just went back there and allowed myself to just kind of revel in that. Like, it's been so long, and I don't go back as often as I used to, but when I do, it's like, it feels very like peaceful, tranquil. Like,
What is that process like? So did you physically go back to Virginia Did you just go through memories? Did you go through pictures? Like, how do you go back?
I went through pictures.
I love doing that.
I actually had pictures. Because I always said I wanted to do like a piece or a series surrounding that time period for me.
Yeah.
So I already had kind of pictures, and then I also did a photo shoot with Joe Del Tufo.
Oh yes, girl.
One of my photo
Yes.
heroes.
Yes.
Shout out to
And
Joe.
that photo shoot
Yes.
was bomb.
Thank you.
It was
Thank
so
you.
bomb.
Yes. So I did the photo shoot with Joe, and because not only is it healing my inner child, but I also wanted to see what womanhood looked like for me, and that shows up in however I choose it to. Like there is no face or like look to it. I'm a woman at the end of the day, and how I choose to show up in that is how I choose to show up, and I think that'll be reflective in the work also.
Yeah.
So you've done at least one full exhibition already here at the Soul Firm, and I think that this one, from our understanding, is like this is the one where you kind of really get personal. You know what I'm saying? And we've already talked about a lot of that stuff specifically even right now, but I guess, did you, what was your initial, no, actually, how did we decide that that would be sort of the angle that we take for this exhibition? Was it a conversation that you had with Nataki? Was she like, girl, you need to dig? Or like, how did we get to that?
Oh yeah, so I mean, this is, although the soft girl era isn't necessarily her concept, but she is like the face of it right now, especially in Wilmington. So she's been pushing this, and once we started talking about having an exhibition, she was just like, this is the lane I'm going in, especially coming off of the, I was in the soft girl era exhibition at the Contemporary too. But she was telling me, all right, you got this time, we're gonna do soft girl era, do with that what you will. So
Yeah.
I figured, this is a pretty deep concept, especially the shoot itself. Like I remember, us praying together at the end and really like just giving Nataki her flowers. So I was just like, I gotta dig deeper,
Yeah.
and I've been wanting to, as far as just from I guess aesthetically, I'm just like, I do more than portraits. I'm like, I can do more than portraits. So let me show that. And so I just kind of took all these elements and put them together. And it's been working out.
Do you feel like now that you've been through that process for this exhibition that do you feel like you've grown and freed yourself to a degree and released, you know what I mean? Do you feel like that's...
Definitely. And it also has shown me what I am capable of.
What are you capable of?
A lot. Any and everything I want to do.
She said, everything, I'm taking over. How does your family support your artistic journey?
Oh, they definitely come to my shows. They'll come look at the paintings. I'll send them pictures and they'll be like, I love it. Oh my God. They wear my merch. Even my dad, like, sometimes like I'll walk downstairs or something and I look and he's just wearing the shirt casually, like, or he'll come in the house and he's been wearing the shirt all day. I'm like, oh,
Thank you,
okay.
Pops.
No, for real. So that, that angle.
Are they artistic at all in any way?
No.
So you're the artist in the
Yes,
family?
I am.
Because she rapped too. That's a whole nother
And I
conversation.
don't want to break the whole, but like the funniest thing about, like, I totally understand the soft-spoken, personality right here in this space. But when she's actually rapping and doing the MC thing, it's a completely different voice.
Completely.
And I...
Like Cyrock.
Yes.
Like
yes,
Cyrock.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
So, and well, let's open it up a little bit. So, when you're reserved now, but once the music starts and you open up that lioness, how does that happen? Because that's got to be liberating.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Just the smile alone.
It's funny because I've always said like it's a little bit more nuanced, but I would just say like I'm painting when I'm happy and I write when I'm not. So I've been soft spoken pretty much my entire life. So now that I'm coming into my own and really like standing in that, I'm allowing everything to come up and come out. Like,
Wait, can
all
we
the-
revisit that? You said,
I paint when I'm happy and I write when I'm not.
Even that was a rap.
I mean, but that's crazy. That's crazy though.
I hope that line is somewhere in the song. Like, if
Please,
it's not, you know what I'm saying?
well, just rewind it back. So going back to liberation, right? And you're digging deep to bring out the pieces that are going to be in this exhibition, but they're not. You digging deep, there are traumas in that you're coming out of, and you're painting the happy in it. So I guess in my crazy mind, I'm thinking, how did you find the inspiration to paint through the trauma and paint the happiness? Does that make sense?
Living through it, this has been an interesting year.
Listen, child, listen.
As I've been living through it, I'm just like, kind of just sitting in it, letting it pass. And after a while, sometimes you got to get outside. Like, I know artists, we kind of be tucked away in the dungeon, and I'm just like, all right, I got to go do something.
So is it like you manifesting what you want to feel?
I think so, yeah. And letting it happen in real time.
When you revisit and go backwards, I think that there's always and naturally a place where you're going back over trauma. But do you also find that you go back through happy periods and that gives you some happiness for now? Like, you go back and you remember a certain Christmas or a dinner or something like that. Does that also become part of the process? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I know looking at those pictures definitely gotta get you happy.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then, certain songs, sounds, scents,
Yes.
kind of amplifies all that. So not
Yeah.
only am I reliving it then, I'm in it now and I'm creating new memories around that. So
Yeah. Are you also writing?
I have not been, I'm not going to lie, I have
Okay.
not been writing. It's been kind of the furthest thing from my mind. But honestly, I've had several people be like, all right, you ready? I need a verse, or what we doing here? I'm just like, all right, I got you after November. Like, I got a lot to do right now. I'll figure it out from there. But it's been slowly like making its way back. So I'm just like, all right, I have been kind of out of the loop for a minute, but I am sitting on a few things, so.
Okay, well, we waiting.
Jumping ahead just a little bit, like, I know we're just ready to start the exhibition here, but have you started to think about what you might create next?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
What does that look like?
As far as
Medium
Visual
or
arts.
visual or?
oh yeah, I already know 2024 is going to be jam-packed because I have a couple things planned. So I'm getting used to this new normal of like just creating all the time, because I would have periods like, this is my first show, like, well, that's a lot. Well, this is my first like new show all year. Like, I had the show at the Chris White in February, but that was work I had already done, and then I had the one piece in at the Contemporary, but this is like, I'm creating a whole new look and space for myself. So it's this is my first showing that's nobody's seen yet. So
And how does that feel?
riveting.
No, she didn't.
Riveting.
Riveting.
What has your day-to-day looked like in terms of when you're able to create? Like, how do you split up your day to get things done?
Well, I work until about 5:30.
Okay.
But my sleep's been backwards, I ain't gonna lie. So I might sneak a nap in, wake up, eat something around 10 o'clock p.m. Yeah, be up until about 4.
Oh, wow.
Go to sleep, get up about 8.
That's very
it's
typical of an artist.
it's very typical.
You know what I mean?
It is, and The other day I tried to go to sleep early, so I'm like, I'm gonna just go to sleep early and try to reset. And I didn't fall. I laid down, but I did not fall asleep, and the cycle continued. I was like, I might as well have just stayed up and painted something.
Right.
You know?
As a musician, like I try to always draw sort of a parallel where I can find them because it's just cool. You know, when I have a new song that I'm working on, you get a little piece of it and it basically just kind of takes over my brain. And even when I'm talking and having conversations, I'm replaying it in my head and just waiting for that time when I can get some more of it finished. Do you have a similar process in that, like, okay, you have like an idea of what you want to see, and then you know you got stuff to do, and then like, are you kind of obsessing about it, and then no, shit, I gotta get it done, is it like that?
Sometimes, I can definitely hyperfixate, and like nothing else matters. Like, but I've been kind of working through that also. Like knowing when to be like, all right, I got to come back to this and move on to the next thing, versus like killing myself to complete something that is, you know, has fatigue in my brain. I'm just like, all right, need something fresh, like ear fatigue. Like you listen to the song so many times and you're like, all right, this don't even sound right no more. I feel like it's like your ears on shrooms or something. I don't know. It's like,
No, but yes.
No, I get like that. I get like that.
so it's it's a combination of things, but I have been kind of working and creating a system for myself that makes sense in order to get things done in a timely fashion.
My last question, what do you hope or think will be the main thing that people walk away with when they come to the exhibition?
Joy.
Want to dig a little bit more?
I hope they can see these and feel a sort of like peace, even within themselves. Like, you've come this far, you've been doing it, and I know little you is proud of who you are today and what you've done. And like just really reveling in that, because I think far often than not that we say, oh, I want to be here by this time, and you get there, but then you're so focused on the next thing you don't realize you've already made it there, and you don't celebrate those.
Can you let her speak?
I say things to her all the time, like, yo, you just accomplished this thing. Even if it's just a matter of eating a potato chip, celebrate that moment. That's why I did that. It's really fundamentally important.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're going to celebrate on the 3rd.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Listen.
It's much needed.
So you want them to feel joy. What could you say to artists who are struggling through their own insecurities, depressions, things like that, that are preventing them from putting out their own work? What could you say to help kind of push them through?
I think you should give yourself some grace. You know,
Yeah.
this is what you know. You're still navigating it for the first time. Give yourself some grace. Allow yourself to mess up and fix it. Go outside, get some vitamin D while we still got it, because you know,
Listen, get the kills.
daylight savings is around the corner. But either way, get outside, go to some shows, connect with some people, make some friends, have some people in your corner. That's very important.
Yeah.
Having a support system. I don't know where I'd be without mine. So.
I love that. So tell us again where the exhibition is going to be and what time.
The exhibition is at the Soul Firm on Tatnall in Wilmington, Delaware at 6 p.m.
Yay! Be liberated, friends, because you're going to go see Liberation.
We're excited to see
Wait, could you
ourselves.
just, that was bars. That was bars. I just,
Now she's a rapper now. Now she's a rapper. She's got bars.
Look,
Oh, man.
finna make a track.
we finna make a track. We
You
finna.
heard it here first, folks.
See y'all November 3rd at
Peace.
6 p.m.